What's up, weirdos, and welcome to the Weirdoverse. I am your host, JD Ross, and you are tuned into Weirdwide. And I know it's been a minute. It's been a minute, probably a minute and a half at this point. We have not released anything on Weirdwide for a while, and that's because we have been, and I say we, I've always said we as in the royal we, but now I'm saying we because I'm finally adding, I think, a great addition to the show. We're going to have a new permanent co-host on the show, so please welcome Bethany Marshall. Bethany, welcome to Weirdwide.
Thank you. I appreciate the grand welcome.
Hell yeah, dude. So this is going to be a new direction for the show going forward. Been working on this a lot together. So tell everybody at home a little bit about yourself.
So I'm married with 2 kids of my own and 4 stepkids. Live local to JD, so
totally awesome thing too. And how we met
completely random,
very random,
completely random.
Literally just like met each other on TikTok. We both do weird content, and it was one of those things where it's like, wait a minute, do you fucking live around here?
Do you live here?
Yeah, and I was like, because she had mentioned on one of her videos about a local place, and I was like, that's like right near where I am this moment. I was like, literally, like, do you fucking live here? She's like, yeah. I was like, no fucking way.
And it was so cool too, because like I never expected really any of my mutuals to be local. And to find out that one of my favorite ones was actually local, I was like, hell yeah, this is amazing.
Yeah. So it was a no-brainer getting Bethany on the show. We've been doing a lot of prep work, getting a lot of this going on. We've had quite a lot of pitfalls at this point.
Yeah, it's been a learning experience. What is it?
The least.
Take 4 or take 5? Are we on? This is how many times is this?
At least 4.
At least 4.
Yeah. So like to give a little bit of a time frame, we had been planning to have some Christmas episodes out. We didn't get there.
No, but hopefully we worked out the kinks.
I think we did.
And we can only move up.
It can only go up.
Yeah.
It can only go up. So hell yeah. So this episode's like kind of a little fun, like get back into the swing of things. We're getting the podcast back together. We're getting rolling again. And so Bethany actually, okay. Most of us, I feel like, have some kind of story. Most of us that are interested in the weird shit have something that led us there. I am just a weird dude. I don't have any personal experiences, except maybe I had a recurring dream where I was being abducted by aliens.
That's kind of scary, though.
Yeah, I specifically remember it was like, and I think it was just a nightmare, but it was like, do you remember that show Sightings?
No.
Okay, it was this show from like 1991 and 1993. It was like one of the earliest things that I remember of like talking about aliens, ghosts, weird shit. And I remember this very specific image. It was like painting. And it was like this little girl. She's like laying in her bed and she's all snug.
Oh God.
And they back on it. And like the window is right next to her bed, and there's this fucking gray alien staring into her, like right at her. And my bed was set up exactly the same.
So you just have this like reoccurring nightmare
of it coming in through the window, and like I specifically like crawling away, like through like getting scared out of the bed, onto my back, crawling backwards, and this like gray alien just like slowly lurking towards me.
That's so scary. And like, I don't know. I couldn't. That's so creepy. That's one of my like biggest fears, of like somebody watching me all the time.
Yes.
And while I'm sleeping too, and like, oh, I don't like it.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the things that draws me into the whole alien thing. Like, because I mean, like, Weirdwide isn't just about aliens. Everybody knows that. We talk about true crime. We talk about anything weird under the sun. But aliens have a special place.
Aliens are kind of like the gateway.
Yes.
Into everything else weird, because that's what started with me was aliens.
Yes.
And then it opened up the floodgates, and now it's like, here we are.
Yeah, then you're like looking at like, oh shit, wait a minute, with the Bigfoot sightings. Oh fuck, the chupacabra. And you just go down these rabbit holes.
It actually, what led me to the cryptozoology portion was researching the Flatwoods.
Flatwoods, yeah.
Because that one is, alien.
Yeah.
For all accounts, know, but it's labeled under cryptozoology. So that kind of, and once you start getting in, it really opens up from there.
Big time. And the Flatwoods bunch, that's one of those ones that's like, it's like it falls under the alien purview. It also falls under like they don't know that like
it's like the unknown.
Yeah.
I personally don't think it should be labeled as a cryptid, but I know
you think it should be
times,
full on under the alien umbrella.
Oh yeah, that is full on some sort of extraterrestrial thing. Yeah. Same thing with like the Hopkinsville goblins.
Yeah, yeah.
But they're lumped in with cryptozoology, which is like understandable, but I think that's kind of, but you know, it all interweaves.
It all does. It all comes together. And these are all topics that we're going to get like way more in depth with at some point down the road. Like I said, this is just a little introductory episode. So Bethany actually, though, she got into it because she had her own experience.
So, I did.
So we are going to talk. And like the funny thing about being attempt number 4 or 5 here is I don't know this story because we like to do where it's genuine reaction. So we're really hoping the recording doesn't fuck up right now because this is our chance.
So it's going to be such. I told him from the very beginning, like, listen, I kind of do want to tell you this story, but I want to do it and get your genuine reaction to it. So, I've been holding out and I've talked about it a few times. Not super in depth. There's a lot that I don't, a lot of details that kind of aren't there. But I can't even remember exactly how old I was, but I was probably around 14 or 15. Me and my sister, who is 2 years younger than me, we were home alone. And it was in the evening. Our dad worked as an EMT. So he had left us home alone a lot. And we were just there and we were hanging out in our living room. And for context, we lived in the middle of fucking nowhere, literally on the side of a mountain in the middle of the woods.
Yeah. Which, by the way, we still do live in the middle of nowhere. We're not going to give like where we live, but like we do live.
We're still pretty out there. But this was like mountains of West Virginia, Appalachian Mountains.
This is like the real middle.
Real middle of nowhere. We had like bears that lived next to us. So we were in the living room and we were just hanging out. And all of a sudden there's this bright light that shines into we had these two big
bay windows.
Not bay windows, but they were just big windows.
Yeah.
And we look outside and there's something that's huge. I don't know what it was.
What color was the light?
White.
Okay.
It was
blinding.
Bright light. Okay. Yeah. So my brain first went to it's a helicopter because the lights are spinning.
Okay.
But then I was very quickly like, that's not a helicopter. And even if it was, why is there a helicopter out here? And
because that's not a normal thing. If a helicopter, like that's like some fucking Henry Hill shit, like just fucking staring up at helicopters.
It's weird enough for a helicopter to be as low as it was.
Yeah.
Or to be where we were, because it was 20 minutes to get into town. Yeah. And into town it was kind of like where we live now.
For all you city folks, like that's not even a joke. 20 minutes to get into town, as in like you're not just like you can't just go down the street to the convenience store or the grocery store. You gotta fucking drive into town.
Trip into town.
It's gonna be a whole endeavor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it was out there. And my brain started like telling me, okay, I don't think this is a helicopter.
Right.
And it comes down and it's like hovering. And at this point, it's probably just above like the level of our house.
Yeah.
And it's the way that it's sitting on it. The house is on a hill. So the second floor, which was the first floor, it was kind of almost level with that.
Yeah.
My sister ran outside. And after that, I don't really remember anything.
Okay.
Except the next day, we woke up under our beds.
Oh, weird.
Yeah. So.
Okay, so we've already got some time displacement going on. Yeah. Okay.
So.
Classic UFO shit.
I sat on this for a very long time. Yeah. I didn't tell anyone about this until I told my husband.
Gary rules, by the way. We love Gary.
Gary's pretty cool.
Gary's awesome. Gary's awesome. Shout out to Gary.
But I told him a couple of years ago, and I was like, listen,
this sounds so crazy.
And I told him all of that. And I was like, honestly, like, I haven't even talked to my sister about it.
Yeah. Y'all just put that shit where, like, I don't.
Nope. Anybody, it was like, because, first of all, how is that even real?
Right.
It was so weird. So, well, then one night, my sister was over. We had a few drinks. We were feeling pretty good. So I decided just to bluntly be like, Alyssa, which is my sister, Alyssa, do you remember the UFO? And when I tell you, she lost it. She's like, oh my God, yes. And she remembered everything. And she remembered it coming down. She remembered running outside. She was like, there was a bright flash of light. And then the next thing that she remembered was waking up the next day.
Okay.
So I was like, we didn't know what to do with that. And especially because we had been, so we laughed about it and stuff. We haven't talked about it since. Because that's so
what do you even
weird.
say? Yeah.
Right. Like, what do you say? What is this? So since then, I've definitely had a few strange experiences that people have kind of been like, could this be also something strange?
Because a lot of times in high strangeness situations like this, it's not just an isolated event, it's usually an ongoing event.
And that is one thing that I have learned ever since diving in to the whole UFO alien realm is like there a lot of times there's multiple occurrences.
Yeah. People are almost chosen or something.
Yeah. And
it honestly it freaks me out because like leave me alone.
Yeah.
Unless we're gonna chill. Then
well, okay, like
pick me up.
Chilling. Okay. If an alien came correct,
right,
I'd chill with a Nordic.
I'd probably chill with most aliens. As long as you're not being weird. Like, don't wipe my memory. Don't
hit me with the fucking neuralizer from Men in Black. Yeah.
And like, there's even some experiments I might be down with.
That's true.
But like, let me keep my memory and I want to ask a few questions. Like, stuff I want to know.
Like, what are we going for here?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, you guys want to know stuff. We know stuff.
Yeah.
We have people that know a lot of things.
Yeah. I don't know shit.
Right. Let me get my cell phone. Aliens, we can Google it.
We can do it. We can work together.
So, okay, fast forward until I was 16. Once again, home alone. I had skipped school because I was a bit rebellious in my prime. I had skipped school and I was sitting, and that was, back in the day when there was like the family computer.
Yeah. So yeah. See, some of you younger folks may not remember a time when we all got a family computer. I remember that shit.
Oh yeah. And I had the do you remember the little AOL disc?
Yep. You had to get a disc, an actual CD, a compact disc, put into your shit to download the internet.
The internet, yes. Yeah. And then you had to do the whole dial-up thing.
Yep.
And
dial-up was fucking
so oh my God, it was so ridiculous. But I had the house to myself. Who's gonna call?
Right.
I'm chilling on my little family computer, and my cat runs down the stairs.
Yeah.
And see, now I'm not sure. A lot of people have suggested that it is ongoing from the original incident, but then I always thought it was kind of paranormal, so who knows?
Could be both.
So my cat runs downstairs, poofed up, really scared.
Ooh.
And then there is the loudest mechanical sounding.
Oh shit.
It was the scene in Titanic when they're in like the cold.
Yeah.
That's what it reminded me of. And it was so loud. And it was coming from upstairs. I'm home alone.
Oh, fuck that.
And I was like,
fuck that.
What is happening? So I don't know how long. It was probably only a couple of seconds.
Yeah.
But it stopped. It felt like forever. And I've never felt so much silence in my life.
Oh, fuck.
So then I go down I go over to the stairs.
Yeah.
To like
kind of peek up.
What's going on?
Yeah. Because you don't want to just run up there.
Right. Because like, what if like a plane just crashed into my house?
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah, you're thinking logical shit at that point. Right. Yeah.
And then it does it again. And I was like, no. Listen, I was so scared. It happened, I think like 3 or 4 times where just this noise, this crazy noise, like steam engine. I don't even know how to describe it.
Weird.
And I left. I was like, nope. Yeah. I'm nope. Peace. It was so early too because I had woken up for school that I didn't go to. So it was like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like wandering around. I didn't live in the country anymore, so I was wandering around downtown.
Yeah. Our downtowns are not very impressive, by the way. We say downtown very loosely.
Yeah, downtown. It was Main Street.
Making my way downtown.
It was one road. But I didn't even, I was like, I don't want to go home. I don't know what to do. I couldn't text anybody because I didn't have a cell phone because, that was back in the day.
Yeah. Another thing for you kids, like there was a time.
It was awful. I couldn't imagine trying to survive like that again.
No, fuck that. I'm so addicted to my
that's
phone.
what I would call roughing it.
Yeah, literally. No, like I'm like
glued to my phone.
I'm like Ryan on The Office. Like, remember that one person? No, I want to be with my phone.
I don't know that part.
It was a part where he was like, they took his phone away at a trivia contest, and he's just like sitting there.
I do know that part. And
then he finally just like, no, I want to be with my phone, which I get. I don't want to be away from my phone.
I hate anytime I have to leave my phone behind. I'm like, what if?
Yeah.
What if I need to text somebody, or what if I need to Google something random?
Which happens. Honestly,
I'm a pro.
We're both the kind of person that like we get into it, like something pops up and it just triggers a thought. It's like, I need to know more about this right now. Right this moment.
Especially because I get so many messages like, have you heard about this?
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, but I want to learn about it right now.
Right this moment.
So yeah, after all that happened, like especially with the one at my mom's house with the noise from upstairs, I've been like, I want to learn more.
Yeah.
And I kind of was doing it on the down low.
Yeah.
Because it's weird and there's a stigma.
It's like one of those things where it's like if you're not known as the alien person right up front, it's hard to become that.
Yeah.
It's hard to just like start being like, by the way, I'm into fucking weird shit all of a sudden.
Right.
Yeah.
And like being into weird shit, you get judgment.
Yeah.
It's judgment. And when I was younger, I definitely was very self-conscious about the judgment.
Yeah.
Obviously not anymore.
Right.
But, I started watching like the paranormal shows back before they got all ridiculous.
Yeah, because they've gone off the rails, let's be honest.
They've gotten a little ridiculous.
We're literally here trying to save the paranormal show realm.
Yes. And then there was a terrible example of being not ridiculous when I started watching Monster Quest.
Love it.
Very ridiculous show, especially now rewatching some of the episodes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I started really diving in, and like that's when I started learning. Like my experience is so far from unique.
Right.
To me,
that was huge. As somebody who was not in the community at all, this is like a crazy experience. Like, oh my gosh, was I abducted by aliens? Like, what happened? But yeah, it turns out no, this is pretty regular. This is a pretty normal.
This is how people
type of experience.
A lot of people who end up in the community, like they get in there because they have some high strangeness encounter.
Yeah.
And then like a lot of people, it's actually ruined a lot of people's lives.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because that judgment you're talking about, like people are like, oh, you're just in it for the money. It's like, no. I'm telling a true story.
Especially when you go back into some of the more known cases that are more known because it was something that people weren't super vocal about.
Right.
So people like lost their entire lives because of it.
I think some of the stress of it, like Betty and Barney Hill, I think some of the stress of it is what killed Barney.
Yeah.
Because he died only a few days, years later.
Yeah. And like, there's the one, I can't remember the person's name, but it's the Pascagoula incident.
Yeah.
Terrible name and terrible pronunciation. But they almost immediately lost their jobs. They were run out of town.
Yep.
Stuff like that. And like that's why I started really talking about all of this stuff publicly, everything that I'm learning publicly, because like I do want to get rid of that stigma because weird stuff happens.
The world is fucking weird.
Right. And even if it is some sort of like a psychotic episode, which is something that people say all the time. Are you sure? That should still be talked about. It 100%. It still shouldn't be hidden.
Well, because I mean, mental health, like, it's like the episode's definitely not about mental health, but I mean, like, mental health is there's a lot of stigma to that.
Very important.
Yeah.
So,
but also, like, would it happen as a psychotic episode for you and your sister simultaneously?
Right, and that's the part. That's the part that I feel like I doubted myself for so long, literally like 20
you gaslit yourself for a while.
Yes. And then, with Liquid Courage, I finally brought it up to her. And the reaction that I got from her when I finally brought it up, and she was like, dude.
It was like justified. And you're like, I'm not fucking crazy.
I was like so relieved
like,
that like I
off.
didn't just like make all of this up in my head.
Yeah.
And she started talking about it with the same details of this giant, it was huge. It was like the size of our house.
That's fucking wild.
It was so
crazy.
It was so crazy. And like, and now I'm kind of the point where like, okay, I want answers because I want to know what happened. Like, I want to know, there's really not answers. I even reached out and I had been talking to a MUFON investigator about it. Which
MUFON is the Mutual UFO Network, for those of you that don't know.
And turns out you can report a sighting like anytime.
There's no statute of limitations.
No. I reported it I think 2 years ago or a year and a half ago. I can't remember how long. Recently-ish. And yeah, we talked about the encounter. I sent in a few sketches. I'm not an artist, but I did my best. And oh, also, there's this face that I like in my head. It's just kind of in there sometimes. Oh yeah, I forgot about that part.
You forgot about the fucking creepy ethereal face that creeps into your fucking nightmares?
And I don't know, it's like something that I made up in my head, but it's there. It's definitely in my brain for some reason, and I don't know where it came from, and it's really scary.
What's the face look like?
So it's human-esque.
Okay.
Long. It's very long.
Okay.
And it's very like almost sickly looking.
Okay.
So it's kind of,
I'm catching a bit of a gray or maybe even a gray hybrid vibe.
Yeah. Okay. Like somewhere along those lines. And it like very reminiscent to some of the stuff. Yeah. When I'm digging into some of these, I was like, excuse me?
Yeah.
Like, this is what you saw? That's interesting.
Would you describe it as menacing?
No.
Okay.
I honestly, and I think that's the part about it that weirds me out the most is like, it's not something that's necessarily a negative memory.
Okay.
I've debated doing
hypnosis. I was literally going to ask you about that because like that could
I'm
be
a little scared too though, because like I'm like, what if it was something weird?
Like, what if you uncover, like, because I mean, okay, so you got what, maybe 8 hours or so of missing time.
Yeah, at least.
So, what the fuck happened in that time?
Right.
Maybe it's a future episode where we get you hypnotized.
Right. I don't know. Like,
you fuck your mind up for the show. That's the kind of fucking
maybe
that's the commitment I'm looking for. That's the commitment we're looking for. Is fuck your mind up for the show.
And every other episode, I'm like,
just like
terrified of everything that happened.
Oh fuck.
What was that?
What's that?
No, it does. It's scary though. It's cool. It's cool.
Yeah.
The hypnosis thing is definitely scary though.
I would be scared to do that.
Because in
like all honesty, I'd be scared.
Looking into some of these cases where people have gone under hypnosis. Betty and Barney Hill is a good one. Oh my gosh. I'm blanking on his name. Travis Walton is a good one.
By the way, Travis Walton is very special to the show. Like,
very special.
Total side note, don't mean to derail here, but like Travis Walton, we love you. I didn't get to meet you, but Bethany got to meet him at CryptidCon and brought me a wonderful gift that was signed by Travis. Like, it's just like the first in my
he was so excited about it too. I was like, listen, me and JD, we have already had discussions about you. And honestly, if I bring him this, it's going to be so cool. He's going to love it so much.
It is like one of my cherished things. I am so excited. And like, so just like shout out to Travis. We love Travis. He's like the patron saint of Weirdwide.
Yes. And honestly, I was really surprised by how not just nice, how
like normal.
Yeah. And he's very like,
because you expect him to be a wackadoodle.
Right.
But he's not.
And oddly enough, like when I did meet him and we had talked, and he just talked about normal stuff.
Yeah.
Normal stuff that he did.
Yeah.
Did you know that there is I believe a genealogist with the same name?
Really?
Yeah, because Travis Walton, the UFO abductee, gets invited to a genealogical conference every year.
I would love to see him just show up.
Right.
And just like show up talking about alien shit and just like
just go to
everyone just be like, what the
What is happening? No, he was so nice. And that was a pleasant surprise.
Yeah.
You know.
You meet your idols. You never know.
Yeah. But yeah, when you think about and that was one thing that I wanted to ask him about.
Yeah.
Like, how did you deal with it? Like after some of the hypnosis,
especially because he had it happen in the 70s, so it was like still a weird time for ufology, and like it was on the radar, but you were still, and he grew up in Montana, so it was like this small like everybody knows each other town, so like that had to be really tough for him.
Yeah, and there's definitely a lot of stories going on about him that are, less than good.
Yeah.
They're less than flattering.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, that is what needs to be taken away from it. That needs to go away. People need to be able to discuss their experiences.
And like, some of them are going to be crazy, of course, but like, if 1% of them is real,
exactly,
it's worth exploring.
If one is real, if that's one thing that I actually do a lot of. Not so much lately because I've been in a super anti-social slump.
We all have. Like that was literally something that we were excited about getting the show like going together, because we needed to get into it, like get back our creative juices. For sure.
Because we both just
and
I think that's everybody right now.
Yeah, so don't feel bad if it's you. Don't feel bad.
It's everybody. But yeah, I would frequently talk to people who have these experiences, and like they're like, it's just really good to talk about. It's good. And it's good. And I go into it and I'm not going to doubt people. I don't care how off the rails it sounds. Like what you're telling me is your truth.
Yes.
So I'm going to talk to you like it's your truth.
Yes.
And a lot of people have found that very helpful. Yeah. And like, that's what it should be. That's just what it should be.
100%.
And it shouldn't be like, oh, this random chick on the internet.
Right.
It should be whoever you want to talk to about it,
to a certain extent. Right. I probably won't talk to
my boss about it, but
I have talked to my boss about it.
Really?
Yeah, they know me as the alien guy. Like they know me as being a weird son of a bitch.
I can see that actually.
Yeah. Actually, like one of my coworkers for Secret Santa last year got me a board game called Conspiracy Theory.
Oh, that's so cool.
I was like, this is perfect.
That's so cool.
This is like they get me. I feel seen. I feel seen.
See, nobody ever, but then again, sometimes. But I don't know. I was never comfortable with the weirdness.
Yeah.
And then like once I started diving into it though, gone.
It's addictive.
All it took was a couple years and now I'm fucking Bethany Gets Weird, and
fuck yeah, dude.
People from all over the world message me like, have you seen this?
I love it.
I do too. It's so great. It's so great.
Yeah.
I wouldn't change it for the world. No. And what's great about it too is there's so much you can learn.
Yeah.
There's even just going into some of the past cases, but there's new stuff
all the time.
Miami?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You heard about that, right?
I did, yeah. Like there was this whole thing going on with it. And like that's actually something that we're going to be doing. We didn't do it on this episode. Something we're going to be doing is like also keeping everybody up to date on like current weird news. So like we'll do a little bit of like weird stuff before we get into like the main topic we're covering. But yeah, the Miami thing was fucking crazy.
Yeah. And like I don't know what happened there, but it's not still, what they're telling us. No, I know that.
Details are still coming out.
Yeah.
We'll know more about that like probably in the next coming week. That'll probably be something we cover for a while.
Yeah.
But then there's also like, what was it? The Vegas aliens.
The Vegas, yeah.
Which is interesting because do you know about the tall whites?
I don't think so.
Okay, so there's like this whole thing, like the tall whites, like in the Mojave Desert, and like they look almost human.
I feel like I feel like this is something that I have read about. It's just not like stuck really good.
Yeah, but they like go into Vegas and gamble. It's like they just dress up like oh, just a human, and they just go and play slot machines and fucking blackjack.
Let's go play people things.
And like I gotta imagine it's one of those things where it's like that's a weird fucking town anyway. So like the dealers are just like, yep, that's just a fucking weird looking motherfucker.
You could probably a full gray alien. Yeah, probably just stroll through Vegas, and
as long as he's got money,
right?
They're good. They'll comp his ass.
Right.
They'll put him up in the nice hotel.
Nobody will think twice, though. Nobody will think twice. It's Vegas.
That's just a fucking alien right there.
We might have to take a field trip.
Yeah, we should.
We should.
Actually, no, there's a place out there that I really want to go to. It's there's a creator I follow, Stanzi Potenza. She's awesome. If you don't follow
You
her.
have to send me
Oh
something.
yeah, you gotta check her out. She's awesome. But she had an episode on her podcast about the Omega Mart, and it's like this weird, like everything is surreal. It looks like a convenience store.
Okay.
But everything's just weird.
Okay.
So the water has like weird labeling on it. It's all trippy and shit. I want to go there so bad.
That sounds really cool. There's so much stuff out there though, because like the desert, for some reason, like that whole area.
The desert has a weird call.
Yeah.
For that shit.
There's oh my gosh. A friend of mine was just telling me about it.
Mm-hmm.
She had gone there, I believe, last summer.
Mm-hmm.
I could be wrong on the timing. And it was like, oh my gosh, what even was it? It was like just like a big alien UFO thing.
Oh, dude.
Just randomly out in the desert. I'm like, okay.
We gotta do that shit.
Right. I can't wait until I can start traveling.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for it. I've been planning a road trip out to the desert for 2 years now.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for it.
I can't guarantee you that I won't experiment with psychedelics out there.
That's okay, as long as I don't have to babysit.
I'll be good. JD just wandered off.
He's off having fun.
He's good. He's good.
Or
he's not. Or he's not.
I'll just clip an air tag to you.
I love
just in case. Just in case.
I fucking love it. But yeah, that's, I mean, like you were saying, like that's part of what Weirdwide is about too, is like we're really excited we're gonna have fun with it, we're gonna like laugh,
exactly,
but we're gonna bring light to the weird shit going on,
because it happens.
It does.
It's so much weird stuff happens too, and it's hard to keep up with it
so much.
It really is. Like honestly, like I sent her my list of episode ideas, and it was just like some overwhelming shit. I
love it.
Yeah.
I started my own list.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice. Hell yeah.
A lot of it is just repeats from your list of stuff that I have to look into. Yeah. But then like now I have my own list going. I'm like, this is gonna be fun.
Did you do the same thing I did, where like something just randomly popped up and you're like, this might be an idea?
No. I haven't, because I am really good at gaslighting myself.
Uh-huh.
And I'll be like, this sounds really cool. And then I'll be like, does it actually sound cool?
Yeah.
Or are you just an idiot?
See, that's why I don't erase shit on that list.
I need to stop.
Yeah.
I need to stop.
Don't erase anything.
Okay.
Don't. Because like, and it was funny
Deal.
too, because like I showed you the list and I showed the ghost. Everybody knows the ghost. We love the ghost. You haven't met the ghost yet.
I haven't met the ghost.
That is my best friend. He comes on the show. We do the weird, the unhinged movies together.
Okay.
So he's a great friend of the show. We love the ghost. But like I showed him, he zeroed in on the exact same fucking thing that you did. So in the middle of this list of all this weird shit, long list, like 6 pages, it literally was like I had to screenshot it because I couldn't share it for some reason. So it was like fucking 6 screenshots worth of shit. Somewhere in the middle there, it was like, what's up with beavers and dams? And I was just like, I left it there. It's still there.
Good.
It's still there. I don't know what we're gonna do with it if we do anything with it, but
like, it's true though. What is up with beavers and dams?
Yeah, and it was literally probably just me high, like, what the fuck is with beavers and dams? I'm putting that on the fucking list. Fucking beavers.
That's the thing. I just need to start smoking weed.
Yeah, like, yeah, literally.
And get in the brain. Oh.
Well, one of us is a pothead already, so yeah, I'm already ahead.
My anxiety, I can never. Well, probably.
Yeah.
At some point.
Yeah.
I wish though, because it does. It gets your brain really.
Mm-hmm. It pairs well with this kind of shit.
Yeah.
It really does.
But also, like, I'll start like really digging into something.
Yeah.
When I come out of it, I'm like.
It's like you're almost dazed.
What?
Yeah.
Like, what did I just learn?
Yeah.
And how into it was I?
Yeah. And like, oh my God, it's been hours.
Yes. And it just fucking time is gone. And
yeah.
You have all this random stuff written down.
Mm-hmm. And we're gonna make use of that information for the show.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
Hell yeah.
And I have a lot up here too.
Me too.
I used to have notebooks, and I don't know what happened to them.
I just do it all digital. I can't do notebooks because I got to be able to do it on the run.
See,
I get an idea, I just got to put it in there.
I just write it all down in notebooks, and I have like the headers of each page, and then I'll just sit down and dive in.
Yeah.
And I just said at one point I had like 7, I think, full notebooks.
Dude, that's
I don't know where they are.
Yeah.
Because then I get into the spring cleaning mode, and I'm like, I don't need this.
Yeah.
But then I regret it because I'm like, I don't remember this.
What was in there? Yeah.
What was it?
Yeah. That's okay.
I got the memory of a 37-year-old.
Yeah, well, we are 37 and that sucks. I don't care for that.
I tell people I'm 27. Whatever.
They
don't argue.
It is what it is, so. So we got a lot of shit coming. We got a lot of fun shit. A lot of fun topics coming up. We're pretty sure we got the setup down. Like I said, this is take number 4. So here we are. Hopefully this works.
It can only improve from here.
Exactly. So where can everybody find you on the interwebs? I
am on TikTok at Bethany Gets Weird. And I got Instagram again.
Nice.
Which is also the same name. It's bethany.gets.weird on both.
Hell yeah. I think I did, like, you got pushed a lot to get back on Insta.
Yeah. So I had gone to CryptidCon. And a lot of people were really upset that I wasn't on Instagram anymore.
Yeah.
Because that is a lot of the people, the vendors and stuff like that.
They're all on there.
Yeah, that's a lot of them do Instagram more than TikTok. So I'm like, oh, okay, well, I guess.
Yeah.
So now I'm back on Instagram.
Hell yeah.
I posted one thing.
Yeah. It's okay. It's okay. Well, the more is coming. We got a lot more. So we got a lot more of that coming. So everybody get her numbers back up with that. You can find me on TikTok, Instagram, and I think Clapper. Remember we got on Clapper?
Oh, yeah,
we got on Clapper together? Yeah, we're on Clapper.
I forgot about Clapper. Same name.
Yeah, same. I'm on there as Dudist Weirdo. You can find, I haven't been putting as much out lately. That's going to be changing soon. Getting back to pumping the content out. So find me on there, Dudist Weirdo. Find the show at www.weirdwide.com. That is the official home of Weirdwide on the interwebs. It's got every episode, including pre-Bethany era. But as we add more, there's going to be a lot more the Bethany era, the permanent era of Weirdwide. That's right. But you could find information about us on there. You can find every episode that has been released. Sign up for the newsletter. We'll send episodes directly to you, so you don't even have to wait. They just go right to you.
Just zoom right in the inbox.
Right in the inbox.
A click away.
Hell yeah. Well, we love you all. Thanks for being patient with us getting this back rolling again. Hope you stick around. Hope you like what we're doing here. And until next time, keep it weird.
Stay weird.